to need you to be very specific when you're talking because today's version of your commentary did not equal yesterday's version of your commentary. So yesterday on the show, she was talking 100 miles per hour, and she basically was including everyone, the 74 million people that voted for Trump. She was including everyone with talking about Katie Couric's commentary about Trump supporters almost needing to be deprogrammed. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe and you do click that bell right over here. Thank you so much. It means so much. That means a lot to me. Watch this clip and I'll come back with some more.
You look at this, do you see yourself finding a place to be in this party, or do you feel like it might be time really to find a different party?
I'll die fighting for it. I mean, I'm a lifelong conservative, unlike a lot of these heretics. I mean, I was born into this, raised into it. It's my whole entire life and in all ways. And I truly, at the bottom of my soul, I think, as all of you know, I believe in the principles I was raised on. And I think the points that Sonny and Sarah are making about the QAnon radicals is more than valid. And it's deeply embarrassing and it's hard for me to reconcile with. But what's also hard for me to reconcile with is the language that's being used is that we can't even talk to all of you. If you voted for Trump, you're irredeemable masses. And I think whatever nuance Katie Couric was trying to say, it did not go through. That angered me and pissed me off more than maybe anything anyone on the left has said in the past few years. That because the implication is all people who are Trump supporters or who are conservatives are automatically brought into the Marjorie Taylor Greenes or the guy with the horns on the floor of the Congress. The Matt Gaetz, Liz Cheney infighting is just really emblematic of where the party's at right now. And quite frankly, it's really entertaining, but it's not productive at all. And you have Liz Cheney, who, by the way, is not perfect in and of herself. If we want to go back a few months, she ended up giving money to a primary opponent in an election, which is highly unorthodox, highly unusual, and taking sides in this. And she's in a place of leadership in Congress. And if she wants to continue to lead, she shouldn't have taken sides. So there were already raw emotions about her to begin with. And now you have this fracture with impeachment, and you have people like Matt Gaetz, who I don't know him. I don't know whether he actually believes what he's saying or not, but he's clearly going on the horse of full MAGA. And I was talking to my producer Daniela this morning, who's also, we share similar politics, and it is very difficult for me to come on this show right now because I've always prided myself on having my finger on the tenor of what's going on in conservative circles. Even when I didn't agree with Trump, I'm not a squish. I'm not someone who went full brainwashed Lincoln Project, that everything that's conservative is a bastion of evil and I must reject it and atone myself. I'm not that kind of Republican or conservative, but right now I cannot defend this. I believe President Trump should be impeached. I believe we have to take a stand and have a fine line about what is acceptable for a president to do or not. He incited a riot, people got violent, people died, full stop. And part of the problem is you got a bunch of old people right now on Capitol Hill, people in their 70s and 80s who don't really care about the future of the Republican Party. And all of you saw Trump rallies in the same way that I did. It's filled with predominantly a lot of older white people. That's just the facts. Facts super straight. And I think we have to start looking about what's going to happen going forward in the future, because as much as Trump expanded the coalition, he didn't do it enough to bring in full wins. We lost the Senate, we lost the Congress, we lost the presidency. And if people think that the MAGA train is the only train to go forward, I think they're ill-advised. I also think people who think that the whole coalition of Trump supporters are irredeemable and garbage and have no place in the party, I think they're wrong as well. And I hope for healing and I hope for unity. Whether or not it's going to happen, I don't know. But I just want to say, I know this has been sort of a little bit of a rant. I really am doing my best to try and take the tenor of conservatism and populism and bring it on the show. But I cannot defend people who are against impeachment. And I believe it's the right thing to do. I believe historically it's the right thing to do. And I know that I am in the vast minority in this with pretty much me and Mitt Romney and Liz Cheney.
So this is today's Meghan McCain's husband commentary. Yesterday she was spouting some different BS, and today she's spouting, some other BS, talking about the people that were at the Capitol Hill supposed to be in Al-Qaeda. They're not the people who she supports. Meghan McCain says that she actually has morals and principles. I think the girl watches my channel because her husband blocked me, and Meghan McCain's block me because your husband messaged her and told her to block me because my first thing on my bio on my Twitter page says that I'm Palestinian. So she obviously watches my channel. I'm sure she does. She watches YouTube as well all the time. So today on the show, she just basically included the people at the Capitol siege, saying, oh, they have great jobs and, they range from different ages. And, that's not the kind of morals and principles that I have. Whoopi did ask her, are you just like willing to shift gears from that party? She says, no, this is where I grew up in. This is what I believe in. I don't believe that. I think she was different, but her parents, she's, although her father was not president, she's still like a first daughter, in my opinion, because her father was senator. And so she has to kind of stick to the narrative of being what they are forcefully. It's kind of like a religion, kind of like you got to stick to the narrative if you want to be a part of this family, or you're kind of disowned. It's kind of like how a cult works. You see what I mean? So my whole hard opinion, I don't hate Trump supporters. I actually, I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not. What I do care is if you are a prejudice, if you're misogynistic, if you're a bigot. I actually spoke to a Trump supporter today, one of my customers that I had a job previously, one of my favorite customers. And, a lot of people from Middle East, from my country, they vote for Trump. A lot of people vote for Trump simply not because of politics, because they don't pay attention to that. A lot of people vote for Republican, if they make a certain threshold in money and they want their money, because at the end of the day, it's all about money. These presidents, no matter if it's Biden or Trump, they really don't do nothing for me. Every 4 years, it's the same BS that fits the narrative of the media so they can get advertisers and clicks and views. I'm in the industry, so I understand. And so, they expect every 4 years to be something different, and it's not different. So I'm highly shocked that this woman, Meghan McCain, who calls herself a political commentator and a political analyst, that she thinks and believes that after this whole divisiveness, after this 4 years that Trump created publicly, that since Biden's in the House, now everything is going to be all about unity. That's not how life works, baby. That's not how it works. Things ain't going to click like that. You still got 74 million people that are segmented in different ways. Some people, they don't care about politics, but they want their money. They just want their money. That's my people, okay? Or somebody else in a white race, black people as well. We're not all monolithic. I'm not that type of person that's going to say, oh, you're not my family anymore, or you're not my friend anymore because of your politics. My determination of you being my friend and family is based on if you have a moral compass and principles. Yes, Trump doesn't have a moral compass or principles, but some people aren't paying attention to that. Because listen to me, at the end of the day, it's up to you as an adult to take care of your own. It's not up to the people in the White House. Yes, they have the power to do certain things, maybe raise the wages or maybe do something with healthcare if you can't afford healthcare. At the end of the day, you got to get up from your ass and go out the door and work. Okay, point blank in a period. That's what I'm saying. So all of this fighting and this blogs and everything, that's all for clicks and money and views for TV. It's just the talk of town. It's kind of like sports. People have their certain, anger towards the Falcons. Some may like the Saints. People who like the Saints don't like people with the Falcons. Same thing with LSU. And, it's a rivalry type of thing. However, the difference with this president is I've never seen anyone in my life that really goes hard for a president like they go hard for like a Beyonce or for a Lady Gaga. Like no matter what they do, I love Lady Gaga and Beyonce. No matter what they do, they can do no wrong. And that's how Trump is. He has that strong base. Strong base, he can do no wrong. So there's a certain segment in the country that loves him, not for the reason that you may be thinking that you're watching this if you label yourself as a Democrat, but because for money reasons, or maybe they just stick to the policy that they have, that Trump allegedly aligns himself with, because Trump is not really conservative. He just, he's a marketing genius. That's what he is. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please do subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces. Yeah, yeah, yeah.